My 20-year-old stepson screamed that I destroyed his family and demanded I confess to cheating something that never happened. I told him to leave, but now my husband might be leaving with him. Was I wrong? My name's Julia, 39, and I've been married to Ben, 43, for 5 years. His son from his previous marriage, Nathan, is now 20. I met Nathan when he was 11, quiet, polite, distant. I tried not to force a relationship, just offered help with homework, rides to school, casual chats. Nothing pushy. Ben and I met when we both worked in marketing. Back then, he was married, so was I. We worked on different teams, barely exchanged more than polite small talk. Life moved on. He left the company, I divorced my husband, and 2 years later, Ben and I reconnected at a mutual friend's party. By that point, Ben and his wife had already filed for divorce. We started dating months later, but Nathan never bought that timeline. By the time he was 15, Nathan started throwing shade. Little comments like, "Funny how fast you two moved on." He'd ask for exact dates, count them on his fingers like a lawyer. Turns out, his mother had been feeding him a story that Ben left her for me. From then on, Nathan treated me like I was some homewrecker. He'd leave the dinner table if I sat next to Ben, gave one-word replies, avoided eye contact, and it only got worse. Fast forward to this summer, Nathan came home from college. I work remotely from the living room, and one afternoon while I was on a video call, he cranked the television volume so loud it felt intentional. I asked him calmly to lower it because I had another meeting in an hour. His response? He stood up, pointed at me, and shouted, "You have no right to tell me anything in my mom's house." Then came the explosion. "You ruined my parents' marriage. You're a liar, a manipulator, and a pathetic woman who stole someone else's husband." He didn't stop there. He called me a gold digger, said I only married Ben because I couldn't make it on my own, claimed I poisoned his dad against him and his mom. I stood frozen, shaking with anger and humiliation. And then I said, "Nathan, get out. You can come back when you learn how to treat people with basic respect." He slammed the door so hard the hallway picture fell. Ben came home an hour later to find me still shaken. I told him everything. He called Nathan who, of course, said I threw him out for watching television and insulted his mother. Ben didn't know who to believe. Nathan moved in with his mom and stopped answering Ben's calls. Ben tried to play mediator, but everything shifted. Suddenly, I was the problem. I should have understood Nathan was hurting. I shouldn't have kicked him out, but I'm done being the villain in a story I didn't write. Now Ben wants me to apologize, not just for yelling, but for hurting Nathan's view of his family. He even asked if I'd be willing to admit that our relationship might have started emotionally before his divorce. I said absolutely not. Ben hasn't moved out, but he sleeps in the guest room. He visits Nathan every weekend. He says he's trying to keep the peace. I think he's trying to rewrite history. Am I really the one who broke this family? Or was I just the easiest one to blame?